Welcome to Fratton Park, Season 3. We're back in League One, and hopefully I've been able to strengthen the squad so that we don't experience the same sort of season we had last time we were here. Let's have a look at who's come in and who's left us. Right, let's start with the outs. First out the door was Jay Mingy, who you will remember was one of our central midfielders. Not really a first choice player, so 150,000 from Fleetwood. I was quite happy to take that. That happened before the season ticked over. So if we go to this season, as you can see, several of them are loanies. But Dan Butler has also left us. We had a lot to thank Butler for, as he stepped in after James' husband's transgressions at the end of last season. But again, 135,000 for a player that I was looking to upgrade anyway. Probably needed to take that. Zach Swanson, another one of our fullbacks, has also gone, $250,000 to Huddersfield. Now Zach was useful as a bench player because he could play both flanks, but he again just wasn't quite the quality that I'm looking to have in the side this time. Hopefully I've improved on him. Now the other permanent departure is Rico Hackett, who has been quite a late departure, only went a week ago, 170,000 to Rotherham. Basically by the time we'd done our business at that point, there just wasn't really a place for him in the lineup. And his attributes, I mean, if we take a quick look at him, there's a lot of 8s and 9s in there. Physically, good. Can't complain physically. But a few too many low numbers on the mentals and the technicals. Now, one loan deal I am going to update you on is Pauli Raffen Arin Bjornsson, who you may or may not remember is the Icelandic goalkeeper that I signed a year ago. We couldn't get him a work permit. We tried all year to get him a work permit. Was not happening. I don't think he's actually got one yet. But, I mean, looking at these attributes, you have to question why nobody in the world had said, yeah, we'll have that bloke and we won't need to pay his wages, because I was offering him out literally for free. I was going to pay his wages, which, let's face it, aren't that high, so I wasn't bothered about paying his wages. All I wanted was someone to give him the game time so that we could get him a work permit. Hopefully, now, that might happen. He is on loan in Israel. For those of you following the European tour as well, such as it is, one episode, not much of a tour so far, but anyway, you will note that I am in Israel, not at a team anywhere near as good as Hapoel Rishon LeZion, but finally we've got him a team. I mean, he's got 6 under-21 Icelandic caps. I mean, the boy is good. I don't know why he hasn't been able to get a work permit. He's got potential. But we're finally on the road to maybe turning him into our future goalkeeper at last. Right, now, talking of the future, let's have a look and see who has arrived. Now, our first couple of signings were Mauro Bandera, who is going to be sort of central midfield attack. I mean, his off the ball is really good for our level. And generally speaking, he's pretty good. Couple of low ones on agility and concentration, but not too bad. And if he gets in the box, could be a danger, because he's got what is referred to by some as the Holy Trinity for a striker. So if he gets in the box, he might be able to do some business there. I do love the fact that it doesn't default back to the screen you were actually on. Right. On the same day, Mohamed Niang, another midfielder, but this time more defensive in nature. And yeah, solid mentals, decent physicals. He would be a good ball-winning midfielder. He's going to be tussling with, excuse me while I consult my notes. Yeah, Sorensen's got the start at the moment. but Niang should push him hard for that. I mean, he doesn't like big matches, but how big is a League One match anyway? Now, £240,000 went on Juanda Fuentes, who sadly has actually gone down injured and is out for another week or so. But again, you can see lots of lovely blue numbers where they count. If I put him on inside forward, again, decent Holy Trinity, good technique, good off the ball, good flair. Physicals are pretty good. In pre-season, as you can see, he's looked decent. He's provided. Obviously, I did my usual and played a right load of old dross. But I have high hopes for him. Now, Ben Knight, we know all about because we had him last season on loan. We went out and bought him. Now, what was it? Man City, 180,000. Bargain, in my opinion. He is quality. We know he's quality. He took some getting because the first time we agreed a deal for him, he turned down the wages we were offering. As you can see, he's over 200,000 on the wages, so a little bit pricey. Again, doesn't really like big matches, but again, that doesn't really seem to ever affect him. So now, Steve Seddon is basically the reason that Butler is not here anymore. Solid on his technicals, decent mentals, and good physicals. Backup left back. Still planning on playing husband as the starter despite the end of last season. Now, another one from Man City, this one on a free. They released him, Kian Breckin, who again is central midfielder on attack, and he's going to be battling it out with Trevitt. I've just realised actually Bandera is not our attacking midfielder, he's actually a deep line playmaker. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, so again, most of the things he's got in abundance, reasonable physicals, can't jump, but I don't want him to jump, I want him to get in the box. The only thing getting in the way of that a little bit is this comes deep to get the ball, which it says in the tactics thing conflicts with what I'm asking him to do. But when I asked my coaches to try and train him so he didn't do that anymore, they said, oh, that's a terrible idea for his skill set. And to be fair, I've seen him in the friendlies again against very weak opposition, getting in the box an absolute ton, so it doesn't seem to be stopping him. Now, Bambo DRB, physical beast, mentally fairly good, technically good where it counts, and yeah, backup centre-back, basically, but with the possibility, if people drop off form or he comes into it, of being a regular starter. And finally, Joe Rafferty, who is basically Swanson's replacement, out there on the right, and yeah, just a general upgrade on Swanson. Now, talking my right backs, I do have a little bit of an issue with Ben Knight, who I think when we sold Swanson, came to me, having been at the club for, 10 days, certainly got his feet under the table, came to me complaining that he thought we'd weakened the right back slot, and I fobbed him off with something about, I'm going to give the youngsters a chance. So he's now expecting our youth players to play at right back. I haven't got any young players at right back. We had one, Luke Matheson, but I haven't been able to register him in the squad because we're limited to 22 and I just can't fit him in. He's not an under 21 anymore, so probably wouldn't have counted anyway. So Ben Knight is probably going to get all unhappy because I'm not playing someone from our under 18s who would basically be like fielding 10 men at right back. So that's a fun one to come. Anyway, that is the ins and outs. As you can see from our schedule, we played a series of really easy games, except the one away game we played against Boston United, who are an affiliate of ours, and have Mitch Aston on loan from us. But as you can see, we generally scored for fun, including a 21-0 win over Fleet Spurs. Must be the Spurs bit that causes it. So, and yeah, hit double figures 3 straight times there. So, I mean, you can tell from that the quality of the opposition. But, I mean, Georgie Kelly, how many did he get in that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean, Georgie Kelly got 8. in that one, and I probably took him off after about 70 minutes to give Fleet Spurs a bit of respite. But our first game is away to Wycombe. We are basically equal with them, I think. I haven't actually looked. Let's have a quick look before we go to any matches to see season preview. 9th. Okay. I mean, it looks like a fairly even league because, I mean, the bottom ones, I mean, the teams that came up with us are real rank outsiders to stay in this division, or certainly to get promoted. We seem to have a decent squad for this level, so hopefully this time we can prove it. We've only got to finish mid-table, and then we can try and build from there. But that's enough of the transfers. On to the first match of the season. Right, here we go. Our starting lineup on opening day is O'Leary, Duhaney, Albert, Boyle, Husband, Kelly, Trevitt, Sorensen, Ginelli, Knight and Eccles. So lots of names that you'll recognise. And I've just suddenly realised that I've put Max O'Leary into the starting lineup when it should be Yaros. But never mind, O'Leary's pretty much as good. Near enough the same player. So that wonderful cock-up aside, let's get on. Apparently the pressure is all on them, which seems to have motivated a few people. And here we are then at Adams Park. And this is where I experience things I haven't been experiencing all pre-season, where someone actually attacks us and gets shots away. Because I haven't played people capable of doing that really for the last month and a half. Still, it's a solid start so far. Not exactly the liveliest of games though, is it? Okay. I think I have, if I remember rightly, I have slightly tweaked the tactic. We've now got 2 DMs and 1 CM, whereas last year we had 1 DM and 2 CMs. But I thought it probably paid to go slightly more defensively solid in a higher division and try not to expose ourselves horribly like we did a lot last season. Oh, Albert nips in. Ginelli over the top. Ginelli! Is he on? Is it going to count? No. Oh. Offside. The reason excitement gets tempered. I mean, that was close. That was close. I'm impressed with the linesman's eyesight there, that he managed to pick that out in real time. But hey ho. Right. Come on, boys. We can win this now. Ginelli, you are not playing well, son. Orsgaard is on the bench. He's basically there to cover both flanks. But he does prefer the side Ginelli plays on, so we'll have a look and see how this goes. Well, Ginelli has improved a little. So maybe we'll give him a few more minutes. Eccles over the top to Kelly. Georgie Kelly. 1-0 Portsmouth. Sorensen to Trevitt. Eccles knocked it over the top, being played onside by the fullback, and a sweet little finish with the side foot. And Cheeky Shappy does it again. And we have been the better side. Now, he's not playing brilliantly still, is he? Let's put Orsgaard on. And Husband's not playing so great, so let's get Seddon on, while Husband's also on a booking as well, so that's probably a good idea to get him off. Dish out a little bit of praise, that could come back to haunt me. Will to Seddon. Just come on. Orsgaard also just come on. Ben Knight! 2-0. And now the praise is doubly appropriate. Brilliant. I'm a genius. Wow. Right, let's just lump the tempo down a bit. Ease off, take the sting out of the game. Never let it be forgotten we started the first season quite well, but not really as impressively as that. They had a 0.24 XG. I think we can safely say that we were the better side throughout that game, and we pretty much got what we deserved out of that. And I don't like using the word deserved. But yeah, I will happily take that. Apparently, everyone wrote us off. Don't know why. We're like 9th favourites for the league. I don't know how much better than us everyone thought Wickham were. Well, that was about as decent a first game of the season as I could have possibly asked for. Hopefully the squad will come together quickly. Just a quick look at the dynamics. Yeah, team cohesion is already slightly above average. Club atmosphere is obviously great because a lot of them got promoted last season. We've had a fantastic pre-season because we've played a lot of soft sides. And yeah, hopefully we can build on this good start. And when you come back, we'll still be hovering somewhere around that 4th place or possibly even higher. Until then, thank you for joining me. Like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.